Lamine Yamal best goals ever, legendary finishes. When goals feel older than the player who scores them. Some goals are beautiful, some goals are powerful, some goals are unforgettable, and then there are goals that make you pause and ask a strange question. How can someone this young finish like someone who's been here forever? When Lamine Yamal scores, it doesn't feel rushed. It doesn't feel lucky. It doesn't feel accidental. It feels experienced. The movement before the shot. The calm touch. The placement instead of power. These are the details of a seasoned professional. Yet the reality remains shocking. Lamine Yamal is still a teenager. And already, he has goals that belong in highlight reels, debates, and football memory. This is not just a list of finishes. This is the story of how a young footballer started scoring legendary goals before his legend was even written. Stay with this story to the end, because what makes these goals special isn't just how they look, it's what they reveal about the future of football. Chapter 1. Goals that don't match the birth certificate. Most young players score with instinct. They react. They shoot quickly. They hope. Lamine Yamal scores with intention. He chooses corners. He reads goalkeepers. He waits for defenders to commit. That's why his goals feel older than he is. They aren't hopeful strikes. They are decisions. Chapter 2. The first legendary finish, calm under maximum pressure. One of the earliest signs that Yamal was different came from the way he finished under pressure. Crowds roaring, defenders closing, goalkeeper advancing. Instead of panicking, he slowed down. That pause, that moment of control, separated him from most players his age. Where others rush, Yamal calculates. That single trait turns good chances into legendary goals. Chapter 3. Why placement is his signature. Power excites crowds. Placement wins matches. Lamine Yamal understands this. Many of his best goals follow a pattern. Minimal backlift, perfect body shape, precise corner finish. Goalkeepers often dive early, and realize too late. Because Yamal doesn't fight them. He outthinks them. Chapter 4. Goals born from intelligence, not chaos. Watch closely and you'll notice something unusual. Many of Yamal's goals start before he touches the ball. He finds space early, positions himself perfectly, anticipates the pass. By the time the ball arrives, the goal is already half scored. That anticipation is why his finishes look effortless. The hard work happens first. Chapter 5. The art of scoring without needing power. Some players rely on strength. Others rely on speed. Yamal relies on technique. His shooting technique allows him to guide the ball, adjust mid-motion, finish accurately under pressure. That's why his goals look clean. No panic, no wasted movement, just execution. Chapter 6. Goals that silence stadiums. The most legendary goals don't always cause instant noise. Sometimes they create silence first. A moment where defenders freeze, goalkeepers stay down, fans process what they just saw. Yamal has already scored goals like this. Finishes so composed they feel unreal coming from someone so young. Chapter 7. One-touch finishes like a seasoned striker. One-touch goals are unforgiving. There's no second chance, no adjustment. Yamal excels at them. His timing, positioning, and body balance allow him to finish in one movement, a trait usually developed after years at the top level. Yet he executes it naturally. That's not common. That's special. Chapter 8. Goals against experience, when youth beats wisdom. Some of Yamal's most impressive finishes come against experienced defenders. Players who read movement well, anticipate runs, close angles, and yet, he still finds space. Because intelligence neutralizes experience. That's why these goals matter. They aren't scored against weak opposition. They're scored against players who know better, and still fail. Chapter 9. The composure that defines his best goals. Composure is rare, especially in front of goal. Yamal shows it consistently. In moments where many players rush shots. He opens his body. He looks up. He chooses accuracy. That calmness under pressure is the foundation of legendary finishing. Chapter 10. Goals that feel inevitable. Some goals surprise. Others feel inevitable. With Yamal, there are moments when the crowd senses it. The defender backs off. The angle opens. The goalkeeper hesitates. And then it happens. That feeling, that inevitability, is something usually reserved for elite finishers. Yamal is already creating it. Chapter 11. finishing from difficult angles. Many of his best goals come from tight spaces. Angles that shouldn't work, yet he finds solutions. By adjusting foot placement, using minimal swing, exploiting goalkeeper positioning, these finishes don't rely on luck. They rely on understanding geometry. Chapter 12. Goals that change matches, not just scoresheets. Legendary goals matter most when they influence games. Yamal's finishes often break deadlocks, shift momentum, lift teammates. These aren't cosmetic goals. They have weight. And that weight is what turns a goal into a memory. Chapter 13. Why his goals look simple, but aren't. The most difficult skills often look easy. Yamal's goals are like that. But simplicity hides complexity. Timing, body control, awareness, decision-making. When all align, the result looks effortless. That's elite finishing. Chapter 14. The confidence to finish, not just shoot. There's a difference between shooting and finishing. Shooting hopes. Finishing expects. Yamal finishes. He doesn't aim vaguely. He chooses destinations. That confidence transforms chances into goals. Chapter 15. The mental strength behind legendary finishes. Every great finisher shares one trait. They forget the last miss instantly. Yamal shows this already. He doesn't hide after failure. He demands the ball again. That mentality is essential for legendary goal scorers. Chapter 16. Goals that reflect his football education. His finishes reflect his upbringing. Technical foundation, tactical awareness, emotional control. These are not street football reactions. They are educated decisions. That's why his goals feel mature. Chapter 17. Why goalkeepers struggle against him. Goalkeepers rely on predicting behavior. Yamal disrupts patterns. Sometimes he shoots early. Sometimes he delays. Sometimes he passes. That unpredictability gives him the advantage, and creates space for legendary finishes. Chapter 18. Finishing in big moments. Big moments expose nerves. Yamal doesn't shrink. When stakes rise, his touch stays soft. His vision stays clear. His execution stays precise. That's what separates future stars from highlights-only players. Chapter 19. Goals that announce a new era. Every generation has goals that announce change. Yamal's finishes feel like that. Not loud declarations, but quiet confirmations. Football's future isn't coming. It's already playing. Chapter 20. Comparing his finishes to veterans. When analysts compare his goals to experienced forwards, it's not exaggeration. It's observation. The patterns match. Calmness, precision, awareness. Those traits take years to build. Yamal arrived early. Chapter 21. Legendary doesn't mean loud. Some legendary goals are thunderous. Others are surgical.